Beautiful Sanford, Florida. Before I moved down here, this was one of the areas that I thought I was going to be moving to. You know, things change. With us today is Brandon from Retro Spectrum. We do a lot of things at Free Play Florida.
We hang out.
Yeah, we do.
But not nearly enough on camera.
That's the thing. Usually we're doing things for other people's schedules.
Yes, but you came to my neck of the woods today.
I did. So explain, if you can, what is this?
So Tuffy's is yeah. Let me start again.
Some words are hard to pronounce.
Tuffy's is an interesting place.
Oh. Was worth the wait.
So a couple years ago when Tuffy's opened up, it was almost exclusively ciders. And something along the way, maybe that didn't hit their business model or get the appropriate amount of customer base. They kind of switched to having a variety of drinks. But what was cool about this place is once this original bar was open, they'd open up the back area and you have this wonderful, quintessentially Floridian.
We know what that's code for.
Outside space, and you're going to see it in a sec. It's outstanding what they've built on the back. But then, guys, there's a secret on the inside that I'm sure that Ryan's going to tell you all about.
Surprised is a bathroom.
Join us today from Sanford, Florida, as we do just a little exploring. Boring.
Okay.
So you've been in Sanford for how long now?
Oh gosh, I mean, I've owned my home since just before the pandemic, but we lived in a townhome for 11 years before then, so well over a decade now. I've been teaching in Sanford for 21 years. I'm an educator in Sanford, Florida, so this is my home base, and boy oh boy, if you know anything about Sanford, if you didn't come here for like a decade and came into the city now,
Which is pretty much what it is for me.
you'd be like, what is this place? Where did all these buildings come from? It's really exploded down here. If you're somebody who owns a business, by the way, that wants to set up here in Sanford, we can use something besides just places that serve alcohol.
We got booze, bitches!
We really could.
So you have a lot of liquor. Is that what I'm hearing?
There's so many places to drink, but not nearly enough places to do just yet. Fortunately, most of the bars we go to are pretty phenomenal.
Which way should we go?
Well, we're gonna walk down here. I just want to show you something. You can see there's some awesome construction back there, and we were just talking about it a minute ago. Someone told me it's gonna be a cheesecake factory. I don't know how fond I am of that.
You know, personally, when I see like a burned out field surrounded by chain link fence,
I think cheesecake.
The Captain Crunch apple fritter egg rolls are the first thing that pop into my mind personally.
Yeah, the Bing Bong tacos or whatever they have there.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, this area has really changed a lot since the last time I was here. I want to say it's been about 10 years for me.
You have a beautiful waterfront.
You have a beautiful body.
First Street, I mean, everybody knows about Hollerbach, which keep that in mind if you've never been to Sanford. We have the best German food in all the state of Florida.
I think I do have a video of Hollerbach from way back when.
If
I remember, I will do something up in this area about it.
By the way, that place is expanded like crazy, but we have tons of cool places. I'm going to show you this one other place real quick. This is Henry's Depot.
I've heard about this,
and
mainly from you.
It is like a co-op of different restaurants, really. I mean, they have a variety of different places to eat: pizza, sandwiches.
Is it one of these food halls that are popping up everywhere?
It's kind of like a food hall, and it's built on, I believe, an old transit station. Might have been an old train
burial ground.
Yeah, no, not that.
Good.
But
Did that cocky jogger finally get hit by a car?
it's sitting right up here on First Street. You can see it. This is our main drag, and there is just so much stuff to do, so many new places to open. We have the Joint that focuses on CBD and hemp food products, and I don't know, all sorts of stuff. They love that stuff down there.
Things that you and I have absolutely nothing to do with.
I probably said that whole thing wrong.
I was going to say,
Hot Asian Buns.
the two guys that don't touch it.
New place, Hot Asian Buns, which serves.
It's a massage parlor.
it's a place to eat.
Okay.
Which is still awkward. But yeah, Henry's Depot. I mean, just so many cool places down here. We're getting a Dragon Bar soon, which is like a whole build out they're doing to to make this place look like something Disney-esque in terms of the bar. It's going to look medieval on the inside. Sanford, man, I don't know what happened.
It could be, it's going from Sanford, it's the center of it all, to Sanford, we get a damn cheesecake factory.
Yeah. We have construction, as you can hear, in the background. And then when that's not going on, we have events going on. Like, we just had Porch Fest. They had thousands upon thousands of people.
And porches.
Come into our town, and it's absolutely outstanding. And, you know, they do performances. They have bands, live bands on people's porches and homes.
I smell buffalo wings.
That is definitely the smell of buffalo wings.
That makes me happy. So, last time I was down here,
Yeah.
again, we're probably talking nearly 10 years ago. This was all here in terms of, like, these buildings were physically here.
Right.
But there were a lot of very empty buildings at the time.
That's 100% correct. This place has gotten to a point where people were just using a lot of the storefronts as like storage and stuff.
Yes.
Like that. You could look in and see people, but since then, you're going to still see a few buildings that need someone to make their permanent home in there, either some sort of store or restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, these places have just the whole city has really filled out.
It's beautiful. And look at all the outdoor dining. There was one outdoor dining location that was Hollerbach's. This is the Dragon Bar that you were talking about?
Yeah, like most construction in Florida, this has been going on for about a year and a half now.
Okay.
We have no idea what's going on inside here. But yeah, I mean, they've been advertising it as being some sort of dragon medieval fantasy experience that's going to be happening. And supposedly it's a whole build-out happening here. The building's beautiful for it.
Wow,
It's
look at
kind of a
this.
cool building. But they've been building it for a while, just like, and that's the thing for Florida, by the way. It's not just a Sanford thing. Florida, they start construction on something, they may not be done for a couple of years.
You know, it's funny because you're also from up north. The way it works up north, and again, you know this, is nobody would dare swing a hammer until like May. And then you better be done by October, or you're not gonna be done because it just shuts everything down.
I think there's a general argument to be made that knowing that snow is coming motivates a person to move faster. And construction seems to take its time down here. And again, I don't know all the bylaws. I'm sure there's all different laws down here, but like the fact that you can build at any point in the year, I think probably creates a sense of just you're a little more relaxed.
A little relaxed. That's a good word for it. We're relaxed.
Hakuna Matata?
This is interesting. This certainly wasn't here last time I was here. Look at some of the folk art they've got. You got dogs are sleeping, people are eating. I thought it was an airplane, but I think maybe it's a fish. It's like a fish plane.
Made out of a bumper car.
Made out of a bumper car. Okay. Bumper car fish plane.
Yep, there's your answer, Fishbulb.
All right. And what do we got? Sullivan's Public House. And just look in here. This is a very old, historic-looking building, and for the most part, it looks like they've kind of left it as is.
Correct. And the other thing I was going to say, when you're on this block, something to take a look for. I'm going to take you down here in just a minute. I know you hang in a bunch of circles of people who like Disney World, I think?
Some of them do,
Is that fair to say?
Yeah, there's a few out there.
There is a location down here I want to show you real quick. You've ever been to Disney Springs, which I'm assuming you have.
I have.
There's a little stand right near the T-Rex restaurant. Wonder Maid marshmallows.
Yes, the marshmallow folks.
They have the most delicious marshmallows. They used to sell marshmallows from the Chocolate Emporium, too. They used to have their product.
Did they?
This is the actual location where they make all those nice little marshmallows. This is Wonder Maid marshmallows. The Clarks are good friends of mine, and anytime I can give their business a shout out. So you can come here, not just buy marshmallows, but they have ice cream that they make.
Looks like some other candies too.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If I had to make a recommendation, I usually mix their pineapple upside down cake ice cream with their shortbread ice cream. I get them both together.
Okay. And let me show right here. This is kind of what we're talking about. And I've tried. They get sugar cookie peppermint. I've tried the peppermint one.
Yeah.
I had I believe a mint chocolate chip one. But they make some boozy ones too, as I understand.
They make a ton of really, really interesting concoctions in there, and it's a Sanford brand that I'm super just positive about. I love the fact that this brand is a Sanford brand. So
all in on the local.
Yeah.
So this is Hollerbach. This is the first place I ever spent a dime in Sanford, Florida, and
It's
based
an
on
institution.
based on eating here with some family and some friends a few years back, 14, 15 years ago. This area was enough to make me say, I want to move to Florida. I want to move to Sanford. Until some people told me maybe at that point, not so much. It had some rough years.
Right. Well, yeah, sure. And there's a history of Sanford that anyone who's interested to learn more should dig into. But definitely, we have seen Sanford just really blossom over the last couple of years. And like I said, you have Hollerbach. Hollerbach, so many good. If you like German food, there's so many good German dishes at this place that it's hard for me to choose from. We oftentimes used to get, because my wife would share with me, like we'd get a sausage platter. The Metwurst, she likes Cajun wurst because it's spicy. But I'm gonna show you a trick. Ready? Here's your trick. You can go there. You can buy the food there. It's I don't want to say it's pricey. I think the prices are fair, but it's an experience. So
you pay for the experience, yes.
But if you just want to experience the sausage, they have a little deli in the back where you can just buy the same sausage they make in the store. We walk down here, grab some sausages, walk back to the house, and we just grill them on our own. And then I think we usually get about 5 sausages for about $10, $11.
Can't beat that.
Yeah.
This is interesting right here. I don't think I've seen one of these just laid out here before at a distribution center. Not the most safe thing to just leave out in the open for
Okay,
people.
so we're
but
not about safety here.
yeah.
It's a trap!
So this is the Hollerbach Deli. This is owned by Hollerbach too?
Oh yeah, and you can go inside. We'll buy like malted beer during holiday time and sit there, warm malt liquor, and then all the candies, and then in the back we just load up on sausages. Again, Metwurst, Cajun wurst, the two best sausages they have.
Now this is a pretty large selection of Haribo. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. I'm used to probably about 6 or 7 Haribo options, but look at this: Frucht Flips, Pasta Frucht, Vineland, Grünkrokodil.
Gelijkheidslausigheid. That's German for no one knows it.
Bunte Toots. Wow. Colorado, yeah.
All the desserts over here made fresh every single day.
At the end of the day, they take all the desserts that haven't sold and they burn them in a pit behind the
I come
building.
in here at the end of the day sometimes. Sometimes I get a couple free samples.
So there you go, folks. There's your local tip.
Now we know!
And knowing is half the battle.
Look at this Nutella cream roll. That is incredible. Wow. You get all of your German needs. Real German sausages. I know they look like Vienna sausages, but let me tell you. Let me tell you. I'm telling you.
You didn't think that through, did you?
There's the sausages. Fresh daily. Look at this old theater, the Ritz Theater, Ritz Flicks Minions. So I'm guessing that this is not so much a first-run theater, but more like an event theater.
Yeah, it's an event space. They do a bunch of stuff here at the Ritz, and then occasionally, I think once a month, they'll pick an old, like a retro film and show it off. I know Back to the Future, they played a little while ago. They've done some pretty cool stuff, and like I said, they actually get some local actors to do a couple performances.
That's cool, and I love that marquee.
Yeah.
Now, as cool as all of this is, and believe me when I say it's amazing, and I am just dying to get out here and do a full exploration, there is an actual game plan for today.
That's right.
And that is back where we started at the Tuffy Bottle Shop, I believe it was called.
Right.
But even though we are entering the Tuffy Bottle Shop, we're not going to be at the Tuffy Bottle Shop for long.
Today we're going to experience a liquorception. It's like an inception but it's a drink within a drink. We are going to a speakeasy. But
Now,
I knew you were coming,
I don't drink, so
which is going to make it so much more fun when he does. No, I'm just kidding. But we knew you were visiting, so we had to pick a speakeasy that spoke to you.
oh, and I appreciate that.
So we're going to experience the Suffering Bastard.
So the Suffering Bastard, that is the name of a tiki beverage, usually.
Tiki is exactly right, and I knew you're a huge fan
Absolutely.
of the whole tiki culture. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to experience, in my opinion, one of the best tiki bars in Central Florida.
Apparently not just your opinion either. According to all the reviews I've read, there are only a few tiki bars in Central Florida, and this is one of them.
And you know, there's not much, it's not a huge space.
No, but it's
So,
hidden.
When I say speakeasy, you guys are going to get to see just the size of this place. It's
Speak quietly too, apparently.
Yeah, it's going to be small. And of course, we are taking up probably half of the space because I have invited out a cabal of all the coolest Sanfordites to experience this tiki event.
Epcotarians.
Epcotarians.
So this is it, Tuffy's Bottle Shop and Lounge. This looks like it was probably like an old auto shop.
Yeah, we have a lot of these old buildings. That's one thing I also love about Sanford is that there's so much history, and it seems like these businesses are doing a good job of restoring these old buildings and revitalizing that history.
And we're going in. I'm excited because I know I haven't seen it. But I know what's about to happen.
It's going to be awesome.
So this is the bottle shop. Cool looking in and of itself, of course. I'm just gonna follow you.
This is the main area. And you'll see. Good timing. It's not like fact like it often
No.
is right now.
Sunday night at 5 o'clock.
Great collection of taps. Have some awesome drinks. The exciting part is in the next one.
This is not it either. That over there is
This
it.
little door right here. This is the Suffering Bastard.
Let's do it.
Let's see if the rest of the party's here. I'm reservation for Brandon 5 and I'm not sure. Okay. So we're gonna take some video of the back area. Let's do that.
That'll work. So this is kind of cool. They've got the old slide tables. Darts. It's almost like a bar in here.
Yeah, I love this place because it's constantly evolving. Like every time I come in here, there's something new they've added to the space.
Old bowling benches.
You remember a few moments ago I told you that the outside area is the most Floridian place you've ever seen.
Let's check it out. Oh, wow. Party barge. There's a party barge table. I don't think I've seen one of these before. Incredible. Yeah,
You won't feel like a Floridian more than here. Remember we talked about Hollerbach? Well, they do burgers too here at Tuffy. You tried Burger Box.
burger box. It goes right through to the kitchen. Wow. Look at this. Now, we had something like this in Cleveland, but it just toxic waste being poured directly into the river.
Honestly, like, as I'm telling you this, when I do a Toxic Avenger video, because my channel is mostly like nostalgia, when I do that, I'm going to be filming right here with a little mic so I don't get the water in the background. But it does look like that, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It's cuter here.
It's a lot cuter here. Talk about mid-century.
Look at this. What is this? A late 50s? Now, probably closer to, what, 60, early 60s maybe?
And the decor on the inside looks late 60s as well.
Let's check this out.
You got this awesome panther lamp.
Oh, sweet.
It's just fun. They do an awesome job.
You got some garbage back behind it.
Yeah. Again, the most Floridian experience we can provide here in Sanford,
It
Florida.
is beautifully hill-jack.
Fire pit.
Fire pit bamboo, of course. I love this. I got some murals. We got the market lights that you're not allowed to have an outdoor space in Florida without market lights. This is absolutely amazing. Yes, they come with the buildings.
The market lights capital of the world.
Just right next to the toxic waste. Coming out of Tuffy's and into the suffering bastard. Now I'm going to kind of take it slow. I want to take all of this in. This is pure Tiki goodness. Look at this backpack that they got on the walls, which is banana leaves. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Look at this. I actually have something like this that I'm getting ready to put up in my house. Of course, you got the pufferfish lamps, the wood lamps, you got the skulls. I mean, I'm in heaven right now. I don't know about you. Okay. Look at that right there. So, let me give you a wide shot of what we're talking about in here. So, it's a little dark in here, but we have, joining us, 3 people have joined us. Let's start next to me over here. Let's start with you.
Okay, Scott.
Show you. Scott, you are, as I understand, an entrepreneur.
Yeah, yes.
Yes. Would you like to tell everybody where to buy their t-shirts and collectibles?
Echo-based collectibles.
Echo-based collectibles. And then over there, you've seen Jason before. It's our friend Jason. And Jason, you have yourself a channel.
I do. I am That Weekend Warrior on YouTube, and I collect toys, video games, VHS, and more, and I just talk about the history of them, the nostalgia involved with it, and then reach out to others in the community. So I enjoy collecting things and spending money that I probably should use for buying a new toaster, but I'd rather spend $200 on a vintage mat ball.
We all know how that goes. Slobulous. And then right over here, Marcy is joining us. Marcy, by the way, is the only one besides myself who put on some Tiki attire today. And I would like to say that I personally appreciate that.
Thank you, thank you. I even wore the boomerang high heels.
I see. You can't see that right now.
No.
But they're there. Trust me on that one. And then Brandon, this is not your first time back here, correct?
No, but I think actually probably Jason's been here the most, right?
Yes.
I mean, I've been here 3 times. This is my 3rd time, I think.
This is probably close to 10 for me, because I live a mile away from this restaurant, bar, establishment, whatever you call it.
So, as we get into things today, we're going to be having a couple of conversations that we're going to ask you to join us for. So, to be seen. It is very hard to see in here because it's very dark, but they have quite the large cocktail menu. Now, Jason is going to get something called an ecto cooler, which we're all hoping is as faithful to an ecto cooler as humanly possible.
Yes, absolutely, but it could also be very dangerous, because if it tastes just like high C, then that means that it's a slow creeper when it comes to alcohol.
Jason's going to pee in the road.
Yes.
On the back side of this menu, we have shared bowls, we have a little bit about the Suffering Bastard, and we have Bastard Hour, which, by the way, is, I'm not going to make that joke.
You didn't think that through, did you?
Okay.
Yeah.
So traditionally, it is served neat, so completely undiluted. We swizzle it in a stick with a lele. It's like a slight peppery note.
Okay.
Do you want to do that, or do you want us to put it on ice?
Nice.
You got it.
Yeah. That's nice and quick. I'll have this. Okay.
It's a little bit
no
more
ingredients. I'm just rolling the dice.
It's going to be sort of like a pineapple daiquiri, served in a shark mug.
Cool.
I have to get a picture of that. I'm going to try the Ecto Cooler.
Ecto Cooler, of course. Alright, and you want us to try to figure out a mocktail Mai Tai?
Yeah, if you get a mocktail Mai Tai, and I understand that we could actually, if we want to, we can purchase some mugs. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're sold out of mugs at the moment. We do have our glassware for sale. Our branded zombie glasses, Mai Tai glasses, and astronaut glasses. Those are each going to be $20 per, or you can get a set of 2 for $30, and you can mix and match with that.
A little bit later, I might ask to take a look at what those look like. Cool, thank you.
Alright, did we want anything to snack off the food menu, or just drinks tonight?
I'm good for now.
I'll go for right now. I'm going to be a separate check.
Of course. Sounds good. Okay, I'll get right up. I'll get some of the menus out of the way just to clear a little bit of table space.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, sir.
You've been here at least 10 times, you said. Okay, so are you big into tiki? Are you big into this tiki? What are we talking?
So I came through like tiki by way of like surfing music and like monster movies, and somehow like that's always just kind of been meshed together. So I've grown like a love for it over time, and then my first time here was for a friend's birthday, and I just enjoyed the vibe of the place. So like again, like it's small, so it's not like overly crowded. The drinks are made very well. I mean, it's a very large drink menu, and most places have like maybe 2, 3 at most. So, I mean, that's pretty much how I came to love this place. And so after that, anytime I travel, so like I went to Savannah a couple years ago, and my wife and I sought out, like there's got to be, with Savannah, Georgia, and all the history involved, there's got to be
Bless
something.
your heart.
And we did. We found a tiki place. And so we went up to it, and it was like the 3rd floor of some restaurant that you had to take an elevator to get to, and you walk in, and it was just like this. Larger scale, but just like this. So.
Every drink had butter in it, of course.
Absolutely. Yes.
Shrimp and butter and tiki. So, Scott, are you a big tiki aficionado?
I go to tiki bars everywhere I go.
Okay, so Scott, we're gonna call you a semi pro.
Sure. I just went to one in Poland, so
Really?
that was the most unique tiki bar.
So now, personally, I would think Poland is the least tiki place I could possibly think of.
That it is.
And how do their tiki bars compare to the U.S.?
It's a very jungle vibe. So
Gotcha. So was it? Okay. Let me.
Less of the 50s and like the bamboo, and more like you're in a rainforest cafe type.
Gotcha.
That was there.
So that kind of brings up something, and Marcy, I would love to get your opinion on this one too. There's tiki, and then there's what I call tiki, which is more like your East Coast, Jamaican, Bahamas, all that, which is just somebody slapping a thatched roof and selling you a Bahama Mama or something like that. You have traveled some.
A little.
Do you think that is tiki, or would you say that that's kind of its own thing that gets lumped into tiki?
I feel like it's its own thing, right? Because it usually has some sort of cuisine to it too, right?
Usually, yes.
Yeah, and they're just different.
Okay. Would you? So if somebody told you that they're taking you to a tiki bar,
Yeah.
and the next thing you know, you end up over at something with a whole bunch of masks that have been carved in, like a Timu shop.
Oh.
Would you judge the people who took you there for not knowing what tiki is?
Well, if the drinks are good, does it really matter?
Okay. Jason?
I would say, if it's Timu, it's Timu, but if the music is good and the drinks are good and the prices are low, it doesn't really matter at that point.
All right, I'm bringing in our semi-pro here. Scott, what is your thought about that?
Definite difference.
Scott and I are going to get along really well. I'm going to give you a dirty look if you pass that off as tiki to me. Now, real quick, Brandon, we were just talking. There's tiki, and there's like tiki with quotation marks, which is your just general Jimmy Buffett vibe that somebody slaps.
I definitely lean into the Jimmy Buffett. I'm like the most artificial person. I just love the pop culture aspect of tiki, and growing up, my grandfather, who was someone who had a big impact on my life. The only thing he ever wanted to do at Disney World was go on the tiki room. He literally hated everything else at that park. So we do it a bunch of times. And so, when you're talking about artificial, I'm thinking Disney. I'm thinking the tiki room. But I love Raleigh Crump. He's become the Imagineering legend. And I mean, thanks to him, we got the tiki room and a lot of the stuff, a lot of cool designs for Small World.
So, and I should point out that Brandon and Marcy, they are a pair.
We're an item for now.
They're a pair, and having been to your house, you guys are also the royal family of mid-century modern. What you guys have going at your place.
So let me tell you about a milkshake maker. So one time I was hanging out with Scott and Jason, and there might have been some alcohol involved, and we were out pretty late, and they said, "You're taking home this milkshake maker." It was from, what would you say it was, from the 1950s or 60s?
Yeah, that was my aunt's.
That was his aunt's milkshake, and it looks like one of those old-fashioned, whatchamacallit. So what I did was...
So let me get this straight. You get Scott a couple drinks in him, and he starts giving away
He starts tossing out appliances like crazy. So I'm like, this is going to get me a divorce. So what I did was I snuck it into the house, and I put it in such a beautiful spot with all of our mid-century stuff that she still hasn't even noticed it's there.
There's a lot of mid-century in your house, by the way. And I know, Jason, you are not as mid-century modern, but you brought up horror a few minutes ago.
Sure.
You have a lot of horror, and I know that you were actually working on, correct me if I'm wrong, you were working on a concept video of where the intersection is between this Polynesian Tiki culture and some classic horror vibes. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so is that going to be something that you're going to work on tonight? Like, how soon are people going to be able to come to your channel and pick that up?
That'll be available in a few weeks. The premise of it is, at what point did Tiki and monster movies intersect? But it's not even just that. It's like, where in pop culture did it intersect, and why is it still relevant today? I mean, like, you still have like bands like Messer Chups and a few others that are doing modern surf rock, but it all has monster themes. But the stylistic of that rockabilly is from the 50s and 60s pop. And so same thing like monster toys, Universal Monsters.
Got the Ecto Cooler here.
Ooh, perfect timing.
Ooh, and a chalice. That's what I'm talking about.
Gonna drink it out of a leather glove. Okay, so this is the Ecto Cooler. Boy, the color is spot on.
They got the color right.
They did.
Yes, it is.
And Marcy, what is it that you have?
This is a Thai punch.
Thai punch, or a tea punch. Tea punch, right? Tea punch. I also thought it was Thai punch just by the name, for what it's worth.
Marketing on this. Here, I got you, bud.
I like this. So Brandon's got the Skull and Bones in a skull mug.
Look at how beautiful this mug is. This is, yeah, there you go. And look at the back of it.
Suffering bastard. Tell me, what is in a Skull and Bones? What's the flavor profile?
The flavor profile was supposed to be, it's one of the stronger drinks here, but it's supposed to be fruity. Mm-hmm. So I thought I'd like it. We're going to give it a go. So this would be dangerous in the way that you probably aren't recognizing how much alcohol you're probably drinking with each sip. It's delicious.
What kind of fruit would you say is at the front of this?
I have no suffering idea. I don't know.
All right, so Marcy, what do you? What kind of flavor profile do we have on the tea punch?
So it's very strong alcohol flavor, just like he said.
Corn alcohol, yeah, okay.
Not a lot of like fruit or anything nonsense in there.
It's like rubbing alcohol that somebody walked by with an apple.
Booze, booze, and more booze.
Gotcha.
It was made in a bathtub.
It's absolutely, it's bathtub gin, basically.
Yes.
The Ecto Cooler. What do we got here? Does it actually taste like an Ecto Cooler?
I've seen. This is the first taste test.
I don't even know what I would describe an Ecto Cooler as.
That tastes like Ecto Cooler.
Okay, it's sort of citrusy as I remember, yeah?
Citrusy. It's just a little bit more a little bitter at the end, right? So that little sourness to it, but that's dangerous. I mean, that seems to be part of the thing with like tiki beverages anyways. It's like, it's, you know, so many alcohols put together with like fruity flavors that you don't really taste it until you're like, hey, you know, you're falling over.
Next thing you know, you're spitting in drinks.
And how much alcohol, like, what was the rating on the drink that is?
And there's a rating on all of these drinks, brother.
It's a 1. So it's a kid's drink still. So,
yes. and Scott,
it's an adult.
Out of all of us, I feel like you got the most fun mug.
Yes.
You have the Tiger Shark or Shark Attack?
Tiger Shark.
Tiger Shark, which has like grenadine or something pouring out of its mouth, right?
There was absolutely no explanation, and I went just solely on the name.
It's liquor in a fish, basically. Okay.
Yep. There's your answer, Fishbulb.
I would, okay, if you could, give me an idea as to what we're talking about here.
There's definitely some rum in there.
There's some rum.
And a little bit of, I think, grenadine.
Grenadine.
That might be it.
So would you say it's like rum and cherry, basically?
Yes, rum. Yeah,
rum and cherry. So we got a cherry-based beverage of sorts. We got like a citrusy one. We have straight corn liquor.
By the way, also citrusy, I should point out.
So it's both the citrusy. And then I got myself a custom-made non-alcoholic Mai Tai with what appears to be a sugared, what are these called again? These flowers, what are they called again? Why am I... Hibiscus, thank you. Like a sugared hibiscus in it. So...
It's cooler, but a little bit of...
Let's...
I'm feeling back so I can get a good shot of you sipping on this. Ready? I'm not taking
I just feel like later on it's just going to be this the whole time. This one's going to be happening.
Okay, so non-alcoholic Mai Tai. Got a little mint, obviously. Got a little bit of citrus in there. Picking up some pineapple. A little bit of almond, I want to say, on the back end, and mint. It's good. It's actually really good. I like it. Could use a little bit more straight corn liquor. Let me get you a couple of shots of what's in here. Now, first of all, you got these wicker chairs that are absolutely amazing, but most of them that you find these days, if they're original, they're not really in a condition to sit in. I think these ones are. I doubt they'd put something in here that would be a liability, but you've got yourself some pretty big Japanese fishing floats up here. You got several of them, and of course you've got this Japanese fishing trap right here that's been turned into a light. Of course, you've got the Tiki spoons. Nice shield. This is a leather shield, I want to say. Potentially. It's kind of dark in here, but looks like a leather shield. Look at these. Look at these fishing trap lamps, though. These are not the cheapest things in the world, and a lot of these look like they may have been custom made. Here's the Tangaroa room. That's what we're in. We got ourselves our own little room. I want to point out, though, right here, these breezeway blocks are just gorgeous. Let me take you over here. I think it's a little bit brighter. You can see you got the jade, Chinese jade breezeway blocks. These are gorgeous. These are in really good shape. Now, these are not usually really jade. These ones are not jade either. They're usually ceramic. And you can see the other side, how they let the light and the breeze through. But let me take you over here real quick. Again, you got the pufferfish lamps, which are a big favorite in Tiki culture. You got some, I'll call them artifacts, but I don't think they're really artifacts. They look like they are replicas. Look at the seats and the patterns that they've got here. But let's take a look at the bar, shall we? At the skulls painted up like this one over here. Almost looks like it's been painted up with a Day of the Dead type of look. You got the glassware back there. They are out of their ceramic mugs that are for sale. These ones are ones that they pour, but you can buy some of the glassware that's back there. Let me show you some of the glassware. Very cool stuff there. And I've been making some of these recently. These are actually kind of fun to put together, and you can see that they've done some flaming on them, which is how you get this very cool effect. Got the mask. You can see, of course, the pores back there. You got the torches. Looks like a foam suffering bastard, which, by the way, is this guy right here. You can see some of the mugs they got there. I think the mug might be their suffering bastard mug. And then, of course, you've got more of the skulls and more of the cool lamps.
Other than that,
You don't see it.
true, but it
Was
just
that
makes
M. Night Shyamalan?
No, that was Guillermo del Toro. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why it is.
Because you thought it was M. Night Shyamalan.
Just moved on to round 2. Scott, what is this called?
The Dark and Stormy.
The Dark and Stormy. You were just showing me. What, can you spin this slightly?
Great.
Do you need a little bit more light?
This is one of the more unusual swizzle-esque things. Look at the lime. That is incredible. I don't know if anyone could see it. Let me get a light on that. Okay, thank you. Look at the carving job on this is like very Maori lime here.
Yes.
What is a dark and stormy? Thank you, Jason.
I believe ginger beer and rum.
Ginger beer and rum.
Don't hold me to that, though.
Okay. So this is more of a ginger beer and rum. I would say that's more like of a Jamaican flavored beverage.
Yeah.
Okay. That can be good. 2.
Welcome to the strange and unusual world of tiki, terror, and toys. From lagoon lounge culture to classic monsters, surf rock, and B-movie. It is the most epic tale that you're going to hear, and we're going to talk about it, and I thing up.
And so, from Tuffy's Bottle Shop, and by extension, the Suffering Bastard, and more on the nose, from Sanford, Florida, it is time for us to call this one a day. Plenty more tiki around the corner, of course. Hey, if you are in the tiki and travel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. It'll make a beautiful noise and release the scent of fresh pine. And I hope you'll join us again next time when we do just a little exploring.